I have a feeling we're going to go viral, so.
You have some questions.
I have some questions.
Okay. This is going to be so cool. All right. We'll just play it by ear.
Great. So take it away.
Are you counting down or?
That was the countdown. Okay. Oh, here, I'll count again. And 3, 2.
Oh, like in the movies.
Dr. John, it's a pleasure to see you again. Can you tell people a little bit about yourself and how you ended up at Syracuse?
Sure. Well, first of all, Tanner, it's great to see you. It was great to have you last term. It's wonderful to be on campus. So I came to Syracuse about 1.5 years ago. And so I came to be the new director of the Syracuse University program and villa in Strasbourg, France. Before that, I worked in humanitarian crises all over the world. I worked in the Congo, I worked in South Sudan, I worked in Mali for different types of organizations, most recently for the former United States President Jimmy Carter.
Of course, you know Strasbourg, as do I, but a lot of people, don't have a familiarity with Strasbourg. Tell us a little bit about it.
I think Strasbourg, the best word to describe Strasbourg is a really unique place. It's on the border of France and Germany. It's a city with a multicultural heritage, both French and German, but also today communities coming from Africa, the Middle East, and elsewhere. It's a fairly big city, about 400,000, with a really wide cultural offering. And I think for students it makes for the kind of place where they can make a kind of European home for themselves.
So tell us a little bit more about the class that you teach and a little bit about what you'd like students to learn in your class.
I teach a couple of classes in Strasbourg. One class focuses on helping students grapple with different culture and a different society with different codes, different norms, obviously a different language. And then students gather their strength, they adapt, and they come out from that process much stronger towards the end of the semester where they're really confident. And they feel that, look, I've learned to navigate France, I've learned to navigate Germany, and if I can do that, I can definitely navigate a challenging situation on campus, a move to a new city after graduation, new challenges in a professional setting. So studying abroad helps students develop ability to adapt to new circumstances, and all those are very useful both while you're in college and especially after you finish.
Well, I'm one of those students that came in with very little French. I definitely struggled to order sandwiches in the beginning. So can you expand on sort of the challenges that students face when abroad, and how does Syracuse University and the program work to overcome these challenges and empower students while they're abroad?
Yeah, so I think it's very normal to be both really excited about the study abroad students and also a little anxious about what you're going to encounter. Syracuse University has been present in Strasbourg and supporting students for over 50 years. So there's an enormous support structure in place. There's staff people who help navigate daily issues and kind of teach you the lay of the land. There are French classes, of course, to give you the basic skills to navigate. Many students are in host families, as I think you were. It's a city with a lot of students, more than 60,000 at the University of Strasbourg. Strasbourg has the great advantage of being a really welcoming place with a sense of community, and that's both outside our villa and our program and inside as well.
So you mentioned how Strasbourg has a bunch of students. I myself was lucky enough to befriend some of them that went to the engineering school or the University of Strasbourg, and not only did they help me practice French, but I also helped them practice English, and it was a wonderful exchange of cultures and language and ideas. So could you expand a little bit more about the Syracuse Strasbourg program, the faculty, the courses, some of the staff that help students assimilate into French culture?
So it's a very international faculty. Very diverse faculty. We offer classes across a whole range of subjects. We don't offer courses in every field, but we offer courses in many fields. Students generally take between 4 or 5 classes per term, and the classes are modeled or follow the Syracuse general parameters, right? So the syllabi will look and feel like a Syracuse syllabi for the most part. The grading system is the same. Students can take all of their classes at our villa in English. They can take all of their classes at our villa in French. They can take classes at our villa and at one of the partner institutions, so one of the local universities that maybe has an offering that we don't have, or they can mix and match. And so you have all types of students making different decisions based on their interests.
And Dr. John, I was lucky enough to have you as my program director while I was abroad, but you haven't been here too long comparatively. What are some of your favorite parts about your job?
So my favorite part of the job is the students. I just really personally benefit from the curiosity, the questions, the honesty of Syracuse University students. The biggest thing I learned about from students, to be perfectly honest, is I have great hope actually in the future. I think before I came into higher education about 18 months ago, most of the narrative that I read about the current generation, say under 25, was pretty negative. What I find with the students is that they're actually, generally speaking, in my opinion, brighter, more attuned to things, more adventurous, more courageous than my generation or than we might think. So, you know, it's just a great pleasure to meet students like you, and that's the best part of the job.
Dr. John, thank you so much for being here and speaking with me. I hope that next time we meet, I'll be back in France, but thank you very much. I learned a lot. Thank you.
It's been great, and I want to say, Tanner, that even this interview has been a great pleasure because I see you just 8 or 9 months ago, how I met you and your growth over that time and what you've done since and what you're heading towards. So thanks.
Thank you.